way too much cheese for this many chips.
Good evening, Mustang fans, and welcome to Friday Night Lights here in Shenandoah, Iowa. It's going to pitch your Shenandoah Mustangs going up against the Des Moines Christian Lions in a district contest tonight here in Shenandoah. There's about 6 minutes to go until kickoff tonight on senior night here in Shenandoah. They already had the pomp and circumstance for the seniors, the cheerleaders, cross-country runners, volleyball players, football players, so it was a very nice turnout, and there's a nice crowd out here tonight here at Mustang Field. We had a little bit of rain here about 15-20 minutes ago at the football field, but that has since cleared off. It should be a perfect night for football here on this Friday night in football land in Iowa. Tonight, some interesting storylines to discuss tonight for Des Moines Christian. They still have an opportunity to go into the playoffs with a win tonight and some help. They could make it into the playoffs. So for them, they do have a lot of motivation to come out with a win here in Shenandoah. For Shenandoah, with a young team trying to build on the success they had offensively last week and throughout the year, really moving the ball and just trying to be consistent and putting it in for some scores. We may have some school records falling tonight in terms of passing yards, receiving yards, things like that. So something to watch out for. We'll try to keep you up to date as best we can. But with the starting lineups being announced right now by Mace Henson, the PA announcer, we're going to step aside, and it'll be just myself tonight on the play-by-play. My normal broadcast partner is unavailable this evening, Mr. Aaron Burdorf, so we wish he was here, but he is not. So it'll be just myself tonight. I am alongside me is my old reliable Tristan Akers. He's got the video tonight, so if you ever see Tristan out and about, make sure you tell him he does a good job, because he does do a very good job of helping us out and giving us the good shots. But we are going to step away here for a couple of minutes. When we come back, we should be about ready for some football. So we'll step away and hear from our local sponsors on this KMA and Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream of Shenandoah Mustang football.
Kane, the real boss at Gowing Plumbing, but don't tell my mom and dad. I'd like to talk to you about tankless water heaters with endless hot water. If low energy bills and higher home values are important to you, you might consider a more efficient tankless water heater from Gowing Plumbing. Call 712-246-1803 and they can help you find the right system for you. Plus, Gowing Plumbing is the only one to call for issues with boiler heat. 24-hour on-call service from Gowing Plumbing. Tell them the boss sent you.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
Building your vision is what they help do at Miller Building Supply, Shenandoah. Once you've picked your project, comes the supply list. Miller Building Supply is a full-line lumberyard with electrical, plumbing, and hardware departments and all the tools needed to get the job done. Windows, doors, countertops, tub and shower units, kitchen and bath cabinets, and a fresh coat of paint. Yup, they have all that too. And if you have a question, they work hard to get you an answer. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. Don't just dream it. Build it. Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
Welcome back into Mustang Field, and we're just about a minute until kickoff. The coin toss just took place, and Des Moines Christian won the toss. They deferred, and Shenandoah will have the football first on offense tonight on senior night. So with that, we'll throw up the starting lineup tonight for your Shenandoah Mustangs. So tonight, starting a quarterback, Nolan Mount, who's just 2 yards shy of 1,300 yards passing on the season. Morgan Cotton and Bo Gardner will be back in the backfield as running backs. Hunter Dukes and Brody Cullen are wide receivers, and Blake Harold will be the tight end tonight for the Mustangs. On the offensive line, Evan Holmes, Clayton Holben, Jacob Rystrom, Logan Dickerson, and Ben Labrum tonight been moved from the tight end position to the offensive line. So he will be an offensive tackle tonight for your Shenandoah Mustangs. So we are, again, just about set to kick things off tonight. Should be a good one here in Shenandoah. Both teams, again, very similar as far as their style of play. Both teams like to throw the football. Both teams have had some turnover issues in the past, but have good athletes, and the quarterbacks do a good job of getting the ball to their athletes in space. And we are set to go. Looks like an onside kick. It bounces off of Gardner, and looks like, fortunately, Morgan Cotton for the Mustangs take over. 1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 41-yard line, averting disaster a little bit there. It's a wet ball. A wet ball there. Just, again, it rained for about 5-10 minutes, about 20 minutes before kickoff, and you got a wet ball, bounces right off of the helmet of Bo Gardner. And fortunate for the Mustangs, they were able to maintain possession, and Mount will take over with his offense at their own 41-yard line. Low snap rolled onto the ground, and he's got Blake Harold, and Harold does a good job of picking up 6 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up a second down and about 4 yards to go. So a nice easy pitch and catch. I say easy pitch and catch, but that snap rolled all the way back to Nolan Mount. So fortunate, again, for the Mustangs on the first 2 plays of the game. Sloppy football tonight with that ball. And there's another one. Mount's just gotta eat that one, and that's not a bad play by your quarterback there. That's a wet ball when you're in the shotgun formation. That's going to happen sometimes, and that's going to be a loss of 8. So that's going to set up a 3rd down and long here for the Mustangs. Just 11 minutes, just a minute has gone by. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 12. And that's not a down and distance that has scared the Mustangs so far this season. They come out with an empty backfield, 4 receivers off to that right side, and he's got Harold on the slant, and that's a 1st down. Nice play there. That's going to be about a 15-yard gain. That's going to set up a nice gain and a 1st down on a beautiful, well-designed play and a 1st down. Coming out in that same formation, Mount's all by himself in the backfield. He's got Bo Gardner as the single receiver on this near side, but 4 receivers to the far side, and a little rocket screen to Hunter Dukes. He makes a couple guys miss up there, turns nothing into something there. He picked up about 3.5, 4 yards, and that's a pretty good game plan right now. Coming out, short, quick passes. Just doing a good job of getting the ball in and out of his hands. And right now, Nolan Mount 3 for 3 on the opening drive. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 with about 9:45 here to go. Bunch formation, and you got a little toss pitch over to Cotton. Good job of leverage there by the defense for the Lions, and Cotton's got nowhere to go. Is actually going to lose looks like about 5 yards there. It's going to set up another third down and long situation for the Mustangs.
Third down and 11 for the Mustangs.
So 3rd down and 11. Trips receivers to the far side. Cotton in the backfield. Duke's the lone receiver on this near side. It looks like the Lions coming with the blitz, but Mount's rolling away from it. The jump ball down the far side to Harold. Not a bad play. Had a one-on-one coverage, but just missed him, and that's going to set up a 4th down and 11 here for the Mustangs. But they're on the Lions side of the field. This could very well be a 4-down territory, but it was there. But with Mount coming off the field, it more than likely will end up being a punting situation. So 4th down and 11. We could see the Lions return man here do some damage. And that is Schlackel back, and a good high punt by Harold. And that's going to bounce down at about the 18-yard line and take a good Mustang roll down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8-yard line. So a nice high punt, not returnable for the Lions, as they'll take over deep in their own territory for their first possession of this night, with Tyler Martin, their quarterback. He's got 941 yards passing on the season, 10 passing touchdowns, and again, 1 pass attempt different between he and Nolan Mount this year. So Mount's thrown going into tonight 191 passes, and Martin's thrown 192 passes. So again, very similar offenses. I think we're going to see that tonight. Martin gets the snap. A little slant route thrown incomplete. He had a man open there that looked like that was Jacob Rasno was the intended receiver, and that's going to set up 2nd down and 10. There's a wet ball. We talked about that earlier. It's going to continue to be a wet ball all night. Officials are going to do their best to rotate footballs in there and wipe them down, but we saw it for the Mustangs on their first possession, a couple of snaps that rolled back to the quarterback, and now on this first play for the Lions, a low throw and losing their footing there by the receiver. 2nd down handoff goes right up the middle to Josh Shank, but a good job by the Mustang defense on the interior there, as he only picks up about 2 yards, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and long here for the Lions. Watching the Mustangs play all year and watching Des Moines Christian play on film, I do think these two teams are pretty evenly matched. Should be a game that kind of goes down to the wire, kind of like the beginning of the season there, that Missouri Valley, Nottoway Valley type of a feel. You're going to get a flag route here on the near side, and that was to Jacob Rasno again, and that's incomplete. Overshot him, so that's going to set up a 4th down and should be good field position for the Mustangs when they get the ball back for their 2nd possession of the night. It's going to be Hunter Dukes back to return for the Mustangs. He'll be standing at the Lion 47-yard line. And that's a low kick. It wasn't touched. It's going to roll past the 40-yard line and die down at the 42-yard line. So fortunate for the Lions there is that was a super, super low punt. It didn't tick off of anybody's helmet or anything like that. But the Mustangs will take over in wonderful field position with an opportunity to take an early lead here on their senior night. And in a situation when you're not guaranteed another game, they're in talks of trying to get another game together, and hopefully they can. But sometimes those things don't happen. So if this is the last game, hopefully they can come out with a positive note here. Mount rolls a short roll to the left, attempt to Harold. That's going to be incomplete. Just a quick little 5-yard hitch route, one-on-one coverage with Harold, and that's never a bad decision to go one-on-one with Blake Harold all by himself. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 10. And Mount takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to the right, and he's got, looked like he had Harold coming across the middle there, but a good play to knock the ball down. And that's going to set up a 3rd down again. Again, both of these defenses, they kind of talked about both of these defenses, maybe having some issues this season, stopping some people, and both defenses have done a very good job here early in this game of doing just that, stopping the opposing offenses. So a diamond formation there, or a trips formation, 3 receivers to the far side. Mount takes a snap, rolls out to the right. He's got Dukes wide open in the middle, and Dukes makes a catch. He's going to be short of the 1st down by a couple of yards there, but that's close enough that it's going to end up being probably a really easy decision for Coach Ratliff and his staff to go for this. It's going to set up a 4th down and 2. Got an I formation. Blake Harold is the fullback. And we do have a flag on the play. First flag of the night. And that's going to be on the Lions. So a free 1st down for the Mustangs. And you're going to take it. You're going to definitely take that. With a revamped offensive line, I don't know how many combinations Coach Ratliff has had this year with injuries and sickness and all that fun stuff, but he's got another combination tonight, and right now they'll take that free 1st down. So 1st and 10, Mount rolling out to his left. He's going to take a shot deep to Harold, almost makes a beautiful one-handed catch there, just off of his left hand. He had single coverage. The safety came over right there at the end, but he really wasn't a factor in that play. It was a well-thrown ball away from the defense, just off the hands of Blake Harold. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. 7:05 here to go in quarter number 1. Stalemate so far. Both defenses doing a good job, but the Mustangs are winning the field position battle here early, and they are driving. There's a rocket screen, and Dukes makes a catch, and he's got some room up the middle. Good blocking in there by Rystrom. Rystrom from the center position gets upfield and helps as Dukes picks up a solid 10 yards. Dukes' 3rd catch of this 1st quarter. Looks like we are going to have a measurement. That was a really close spot, and they are going to measure it with 6:39 to go. It's going to set up a 3rd and 1 as it stands, but from up here, it looks like, based upon where the sticks are over there, that it's definitely close enough to warrant a measurement there. As you see, old Tristan zooming right into the football. You're going to get a good look. Good job, man. So here's your measurement, and he's really eyeballing it, and it is a 1st down. So the Mustangs get the 1st down. That's an official 10-yard pass from Mount to Hunter Dukes, and we'll definitely take it. Mount's already thrown the ball 8 times tonight. Just in this first half of the 1st quarter. And he's 5 of 8 right now for 43 yards by my count. And to 2 different receivers. It hasn't been just Blake Harold. It's been Blake Harold and Hunter Dukes. And you still got Brody Cullen out there. And you still got lots of weapons out there. Bo Gardner out there. Morgan Cotton, lots of weapons. Now you're in that diamond formation back there, 4 receivers, and there's not enough Lions out there to block them, so a quick little pass should work. They're faking the screen, and they're going over the top, but just too long for Brody Cullen. That's a really good play call. It looks like formationally the Mustangs have the Lions in a little bit of a pickle there with 4 receivers. The Lions only have 3 defenders out there, so they could run that formation all night long and have the numbers advantage out there.
For the Mustangs, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. 6:33 to go in the first quarter. I think this could be a long game, folks. A lot of passes, some incompletions. Going to be a lot of clock stoppages as Mount takes the snap, and he had to pump fake, and he's got a man open, and it's just in and out of the hands of Gardner. Gardner did a good job. He had a flat route there on that right side. He saw that Mount was flushed out of the pocket, and he turned it upfield and just off of his hands. That's a potential big play missed there, but a good job of awareness by Mount just to get out of the pocket and try to make something happen. The Lions were getting in the backfield, and they were going for that football, and he was able to keep possession of it and try to make something out of nothing. So 3rd down and 10. You're in 4-down territory. You'd love to get it all right now, but you'd be happy, with a 4 to 6 yard gain and try to get the rest of it back on 4th down. And there's your handoff and a little pitch back to Dukes, and he falls down. Great job in there on the containment by Jake Weisenberger. Did a really good job of not letting anything get behind him on that backside, on that reverse. Dukes didn't think he could get around him, tried to cut back. It's a wet turf, and he just slipped and fell, got his toes outside of his nose. You always used to say, keep your nose over your toes, that way you don't fall down. And sometimes when you're a quick, athletic kid, you try to make something happen, and this time the turf won. So 4th down and 16 after a loss of 5 yards. There were 6 yards for Dukes, and you're going to go deep here, and you take your shot, and you got to shoot your shot on 4th and 15 and give the Mustangs credit for doing that. But the Lions hold on the wheel route there to Harold. It's going to be a turnover on downs. So with 5:34 to go in the quarter, still nothing. We got a ball game here in Shenandoah. So 2nd possession of the game so far for the Lions. First possession netted them only 3 yards and nothing through the air, just 3 yards on the ground from Josh Shank. We'll see what possession number 2 entails for the Lions. They've got 2 tight ends over to the left side. They hand it off to Shank. Shank tries to get around the outside, but a good job in there. It looks like the ball came out, and the ball did come out. But possession will go over to the Mustangs. So, again, this is that you don't think about stuff like this, when you're just coming to the game. It hadn't rained all day, and we get a brief shower 20 minutes before the game. You get bad snaps, you get low throws, you get people slipping on the turf, and now you get a fumble right away. And don't think that wet grass or that wet football didn't have anything to do with it, because it does. And now timeout will be called by Des Moines Christian. They got to talk it over, and I don't blame them. We're going to step aside with them. We'll be back here from the KMA Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream right after this.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah.
Welcome back into Mustang Field, and Mount takes a snap, rolls to the right. He's got the out route open, and that's a catch by Brody Cullen. If he's in bounds, and he is in bounds. Nice play, nice pitch and catch. It's going to be a gain of about 11 yards, and we're going to take it, and it's a 1st down. And now you've got your 3rd different receiver making a catch for the Mustangs. 1st down and 10. There's 15 seconds on the play clock. You're going to have, again, trips formation to the right side. Single receiver, which looks like Duke's here on the left with a wide split. And you're going to take the slant route, and there was a spy there, and they baited Mount into throwing that ball. You can tell by the split there of Duke's that he was probably going to run an inside route because he had a really wide split. And that safety over there read it well. That's the quarterback. That's the quarterback there for the Lions, Tyler Martin, and he's no dummy back there. He read it, and he baited Mount into throwing that ball. He did, and fortunate to maintain possession. So 2nd down and 10, trips receivers to the left this time. Mount's going to go that way. Kind of a jump pass, and in and out of the hands of the corner there. They were sitting in a kind of a cover 2 and tried to float it over top. And, again, fortunate that ball falls harmlessly to the turf, as Mount has now thrown his 14th pass of this first quarter. He's going to need some ice on that arm. He could be up to 50 passes by the end of the night. He's definitely on pace. And now we're going to have a timeout, looks like, for the Mustangs. So we're going to step away. Both teams calling timeouts here in the last 30 seconds of game time with 5:02 to go in the first quarter. It's a big 3rd and 10 coming up. We'll be back in about 30 seconds from Shenandoah.
I pay to spray. What did you say? Pay to spray. Custom application? Oh, input costs can get pretty high. I want to buy my own sprayer with automatic boom shutoff and really big booms. Gotta love some big booms. The ag economy's down, but I'm bullish and my numbers are good. So what do you think? Let's make it happen.
The ride to your dreams is easier with the right partner. Bank Iowa. Let's make it happen.
We're back into Shenandoah. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 at the 14-yard line of the Lions, and the Mustangs just about ready to come out of their sideline huddle there as Coach Ratliff called his first timeout of this first half. In an important 3rd down here. Taking the lead early would be very, very big for this Mustang team, which hasn't had the lead in quite a while in a football game, and they're talented enough to do it. Just kind of getting out of their own way is a big step for them right now, and they've done a pretty good job of that so far. Gardner in motion to the right, the old fake handoff. Mount's got nowhere to go, and he throws it into a crowd, including Harold, and it just goes behind him and high, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Kind of faked a jet sweep there to Gardner. It might be something you come back to because nobody really followed Gardner on that jet sweep. You could fake that, continue to roll him out to the left as Gardner goes around the right side because there wasn't anybody that followed him over there. It's maybe something to watch, maybe something the coaches are going to see up here in the booth. They're not sitting next to me; they're sitting way away from me. But maybe they're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. So 4th down and 10. It's a balanced formation, 2 receivers to each side. Mount takes a snap. He's got pressure in his face right away, and they're throwing the screen, and that's going to be a flag on the play. Yeah, but you can't. It was thrown right to Logan Dickerson, and he caught it. Didn't know really what to do with it there because he wasn't supposed to catch it. It wasn't supposed to go to him. That's going to be a penalty. It's illegal touching. You can't be the first person to touch that if you're a lineman. And he was short of the 1st down anyway, so they're going to decline that penalty. That's going to bring up a 1st down for the Lions again. It's kind of a win-win situation there if you're Coach Ratliff. You're so close to their end zone on the 14-yard line. You know, you go for it. You don't get it. You force the Lions, who have gained 3 total yards so far, to march the length of the field. You feel real good about what your defense is doing right now, and I don't blame them. And it looks like the Lions are going to spread things out a little bit more this time, and they're going to run a quarterback lead here, and a good block in there by your running back. And Martin's going to pick up, about 8 yards.
Tyler Martin on the quarterback keep. Bring a 1st down.
Oh, yeah, so going to be 2nd down and about 2 after a gain of 8. But a good block in there by Josh Shank. And when you use the quarterback in the run game, you automatically win that numbers game because there's nobody on the defensive side that accounts for that running quarterback. When you run that lead, if you can get around the edge, you got some room. And now they'll hand it to Shank up the middle, and Shank is carrying Harold for about 6 yards. And this might be the recipe for Des Moines Christian tonight. They've only thrown it 2 times. They were not good passes by Martin. I'm sure they'll go back to it. They throw it enough that they're not just going to completely abandon it. But they're a little more balanced than Shenandoah, so you'll see some more run out of them. But their bread is buttered throwing the ball, much like Shenandoah's, and that's what Martin's doing here. And he's got the hitch route open at the 35-yard line, and a nice pitch and catch to Jacob Ravsno, and he's down at about the 40-yard line. It looks like it's enough for a first down, and it, based upon where they're spotting it at the 39. The side judge was at the 40. Yeah, that's going to be a first down. Spotting the ball is not an exact science, evidently. So first down and 10. Got 2 receivers to the far side of the field with an H-back over there. They run the option. There's no pitch man, and nice little hurdle and a tackle in there by Cotton. There was no alley player there, pitch man coverage for the Mustangs, so that's going to be something that you're going to see, I imagine, the Lions come back with. In that formation. Harold was there, took the quarterback right away, but there wasn't anybody in sight to take the pitch man for about 5 yards. So if you can get a free 5 yards, you'll take it. And the Lions, all of a sudden, with just under 3 minutes to go in the quarter, are marching. Martin back to pass. He's got a little bit of pressure, floats it up, and it's intercepted. Beautiful play. They were trying to hit, looked like they were trying to hit Shank on an over route. And great job by Dukes playing his area and making a wonderful, wonderful play, catching it at the high point. And the turnovers right now for Des Moines Christian are becoming a problem. That is their second turnover in 3 possessions. They were driving the ball, marching the ball, but yeah, the turnover bug, it has bitten Shenandoah all year, but tonight it so far has been biting Des Moines Christian. So the Mustangs will take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line. You've got Gardner in motion. They're going to hand it up the middle to Cotton, and Cotton does just enough to get back to the line of scrimmage there. Maybe gets a yard. So it's going to set up a second down and about 9. We'll give them the hometown yard there. So we'll bring up 2nd and 9. Mustangs just breaking out of the huddle there. Ball's at about the 34.5-yard line. Trips to the near side this time. In this formation, you've seen Mount roll to the trip side much of the time, but they're not doing it this time, and it's almost intercepted. They've run that quick screen a lot, and Martin, who is a quarterback, he's been reading stuff, playing that spy, and kind of baited him into that throw too, and that was nearly a pick 6. That's about the 3rd ball here in this first quarter that Des Moines Christian wishes they could have back, because they've had 3 interceptions in their hands but just couldn't come up with them. So 3rd down and 10. Again, same formation, pistol set for Mount. Takes the snap. He's got pressure, but he's going to roll out to his left, and he's got Harold, and Harold's got it, and he's going to pick up the first down with a gain of about, that's not a great spot, but it's enough for a first down. Looked like he had about 11 yards there, but we're not going to argue about a yard because that's a first down, and that is the 3rd catch of the night for Blake Harold. Really good job that time of Mount scrambling, had pressure in his face. Cotton picked up the blitz on the offense's left side, and he rolls around it, keeps his head up. Harold does a good job he was covered, of then becoming uncovered and making the catch and getting good yards after the catch for the Mustangs to move the chains. So 5 receivers in the formation, empty backfield. Mount's going to drift off to his left. He's got a guy in the middle, and it's Harold again. If you're Des Moines Christian, you can't let 10 beat you. And right now, he's making it easy on this drive. Not doing anything special, just sitting down in the zone, picking up 9 yards there. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. And the connection that Mount and Herald have right now is pretty impressive all year long. All year long, it's been pretty impressive. I mean, Herald came into tonight with 48 catches. He's now got at 54 by my tally. Mount again goes off to the left, and pretty smart decision there by Mount. Mount was looking on kind of an exit route, is what they call it, where you fake the slant and you come out and do an out route. And Dukes fell down, and Mount did the smart thing, just threw the ball away. Sets up a very manageable 3rd and 1. You get a yard in the next 2 plays. It's definitely possible. But again, it's a kind of a revamped offensive line. We'll see, again, I formation, see if they hand it off to the fullback up the middle. No, they're going to go right to Mount. Quarterback sneak, and he's going to pick up 2 and a 1st down. So right now, Nolan Mount is the leading rusher for the Mustangs with 2 yards. That's kind of tongue-in-cheek, and that'll change, but he's not only their leading passer, he's their leading rusher at the moment with 40 seconds here to go until the end of the first quarter. If you told me it was going to be 0-0 at the end of the first quarter at the start of the game, I would have called you a liar, but that's where we are right now. I thought we'd have a lot of points on the board with 2 offenses that can sling the ball all over the yard. And a nice counter play. Cotton tried to stick his foot in the ground and get upfield, and he picks up 2. There was some room there. Maybe a little too much dancing in the pocket or in the hole there. He had a couple yards maybe extra if he would have maybe just put his foot in the ground and go, but it's a 2-yard gain nevertheless, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 when we come back to Mustang Field, as that is the end of the first quarter. So we're going to step aside for about a minute or so, and we'll hear a word from our local sponsors. We'll be right back. A 0-0 ball game here as we get ready to start the second quarter.
This very moment, a board-certified surgeon specializing in female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery is scrubbing up in a newly remodeled surgical center full of the latest technology to give a woman a chance to take back control over her body. It will take less than an hour. There will be minimal recovery time, and afterwards, she'll start to feel normal again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
Kane, the real boss at Gowing Plumbing, but don't tell my mom and dad. I'd like to talk to you about tankless water heaters with endless hot water. If low energy bills and higher home values are important to you, you might consider a more efficient tankless water heater from Gowing Plumbing. Call 712-246-1803 and they can help you find the right system for you. Plus, Gowing Plumbing is the only one to call for issues with boiler heat. 24-hour on-call service from Gowing Plumbing. Tell them the boss sent you.
Welcome back into Mustang Field. The Lions are already on the field to start the second quarter. The officials are getting the Mustangs out of their sideline huddle, and they're ready to rock and roll as well. It's been a fun ball game here. The game has kind of been played in between the 20s, which I wasn't really expecting. I was kind of expecting a lot of points on the board, and that could still come as the game goes. But at the moment, the Mustangs have won the turnover battle in the first quarter, and they've won the field position battle. It's 2nd down and 8. Cotton motioning to the left side of the formation, and it's going to be a pass over the middle high to Bo Gardner, and that's going to be incomplete. So it's going to set up a 3rd down and 8. He did have Cotton there in the flat, but I mean he wasn't looking that way. So I'm assuming that was probably something they talked about. You know, in the huddle there is you're gonna have this guy open over the middle, and he just sailed it a little high. So 3rd down and 8 for the Mustangs on the Lion 43-yard line. Cotton comes up to the right side of Mount. He'll take the snap, and he's got a pressure on the left side, and he didn't ever see it coming, and he goes down. Big hit by Tate Platt. And Nolan Mount's a little slow to get up, and I don't blame him. He took a blindside hit there. That was a big hit. That's a loss of about 8 yards. It's going to set up a 4th down and 16, and what was probably a 4-down territory is now turned into they're going to have to punt the ball. It's going to be Blake Harold back to punt again, and it's going to be, but again, 11:15 here until halftime. And Harold accepts the snap and one step punts it away. He had his toe up in the air, and that's a high punt. It's going to bounce to the side. So it's only going to end up being about an 11-yard punt, and that flips the field position in a hurry. I mean, nothing hurt, didn't get blocked or anything like that, but he just kind of flips the field, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions in their best starting field position of the night at their own 44-yard line. Martin in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, and he'll pitch it out that way. Good block out there on the outside, and that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards as the Lions, again, sticking with the ground game a little bit more than the passing game here early in this matchup. And maybe that's not something we expected to see, but that's something that we're getting, and maybe the field conditions have something to do with it, and maybe that's just the game plan coming in. And it has been successful, more so than their passing attack. As Martin again back in the shotgun, trips receivers. Quick throw and in and out of the hands of Aiden Dojic, and he's probably wishing he had that one back. He had some yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. And that's kind of been the Lion passing game so far tonight. It's just either poorly thrown balls or balls in and out of the hands of receivers, and that's not their typical passing game. So twin receivers in a bunch set, motion to the left, and it's going to be a handoff on a jet sweep, and Rosno is going to have the 1st down and more as he gets inside the 40-yard line of the Mustangs to about the 38-yard line. So the ground game proving effective early in this game for the Lions as they move the chains, and that sets up 1st down and 10. Martin back in the pistol set with Shank right behind him. Got 2 receivers to the far side with an H-back over there, and we have looks like encroachment there. Looks like it was Holben that time for the Mustangs. That's going to give them a free 5 yards. So Des Moines Christian gave us 5 in the first quarter. We just returned the favor right there. So we're all even. We're all even now. So it's going to be 1st and 5 with 10 minutes to go until halftime. It's about 14 seconds here on the play clock as they break the huddle. The play clock's on either end, so they should be able to see it. Shouldn't have any problems there. We're down to 5 seconds now. Martin takes a snap, high snap. Shank gets it right up the middle, and he busts off a couple of tackles, and he gets down to about the 25-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down as he picks up about 7 yards. And I think that the Lions have kind of figured out what's working for them tonight, and right now it's the ground game. This offensive line doing a good job of getting the blocks on the edge, and that time getting the blocks right up the middle and making some plays. Martin, quick pass to the outside. This time the ball was caught, and that was a nice catch. And looks like it was Tyson there who made the catch, and he's going to pick up about 8-9 yards. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 1. Just a quick little rocket screen there, just kind of a now pass, little stop route, and that worked out really well that time for the Lions. So 2nd down and 1. Best drive of the night so far for the Lions is that we have an empty backfield for Martin. And we get motion over and a fake handoff, and Martin goes up the middle on the jet sweep fake, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards and a 1st down.
For the quarterback keep. 1st down.
It looks like we're going to be 1st and goal here. Looks like that's the situation. So we'll be 1st down and goal just inside the 10-yard line And we got about 8.5 minutes to go until halftime. So it's been a good drive for the Lions as they've marched it down the field. They're using up about 3 minutes of game time. Martin fakes a handoff, and there was nobody there to take care of that initial pressure. That was a really good play in there. Good blitz call, and that's going to set up a second down and goal, and he's going to lose about a yard there. So really good play. Really good play by the defense. Make a play and put them behind the chains down and distance-wise, as we're now under 8 minutes to go until halftime. Martin takes a snap. He's got a guy right in his face, but he makes a beautiful pass to the outside. Scammon over there on the coverage, and it's just over the outstretched arms of his receiver out there. And that was to McFadden. He was the intended receiver, but just over his hands. It's going to be third down and goal for the Lions. They took a shot right there. They didn't want to get half of it. They wanted to get it all. They got greedy, and they missed it. So now they need 11 yards in the next 2 plays to try to take the first points of the ball game with 7:31 to go in the second quarter. So we got twin receivers to each side, got motion to the left, faking the jet sweep. He's got the slant, just too tall. Just too tall for McFadden. We've seen that tonight from Martin a lot. He's been high on his throws tonight, and that time missed a touchdown there because McFadden had a step on Scammon. Scammon gave up the inside there, and that's exactly what McFadden wanted, and that's what Martin wanted, but just missed it. And it's going to set up a really big fourth down. And then we're going to have a field goal attempt. It's going to be number 87, Maximus Miller, on to try the field goal. And that is not even close. I don't know. It got past the line. It got past the line, but I don't think it got past the lineman's waists height-wise. That was a line drive. And that didn't have a chance. And then the Mustangs and the Lions still all square at zeros with 7:24 to go. But now the Mustangs have got to go the length of the field here. No, they were on the 19-yard line when they attempted that kick, so it was a 29-yard attempt, and that was not a successful kick attempt there by Miller, but it's a good job by the Mustangs to hold them, and now they've got the ball back. Mount takes the snap and hands it off to Cotton, who goes up the middle for about a yard. It's going to bring up a second down. Second down at about 9 yards. So second down and 9. Mount the quarterback, twin receivers to each side. He's got a wheel route, and he's got him, and a great catch by Cotton over the shoulder. The wheel route was there, and we're going to take it. It's going to be about a 17-yard pass play. And that's Cotton's first catch of the night.
Someone already said. Yes, it is.
So first and 10. Now the ball's at the 39-yard line as the Mustangs get out of the shadow of their own end zone and try to keep this drive going. And there's a little pump fake from Mount. He's going down the seam, and he's got Harold. And Harold is going to go. He's to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Mustangs! 61 yards. And Blake Harold gets into the end zone for his second score of the season. Mount with his 11th touchdown pass of the season. It's a wonderful play. Little pump fake by the quarterback, hit the seam route, and that's 6 quick.
in for the point after.
So the seal has been broken with 6:09 to go in quarter number 2. Seth Zwickel on for the PAT, and it is no good. So 6:09 to go in quarter number 2. Your Mustangs, the big play offense that can be 61 yards from Mount to Harold, and we're going to step away with a word from our local sponsors.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing, and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth, Mustang Field. Tristan Akers just reminded me, what did you say early in the year? It's just big mistakes and big plays, or big plays and big mistakes? And I said, yep, that's exactly it. And that's what we got. We got a big play there, 61-yard pass from Nolan Mount to Blake Harold. That puts Blake Harold over 100 yards in the first half. By my count, he's at 102. And I've got Mount with 152 yards on the night so far with 6:09 to go in the first half. So it's been a very fun offense to watch. And, I mean, we've had a couple of bad throws, maybe poor decisions, but we've had really good plays just as well. Looks like we had a recovery over there on the little squib kick. So Des Moines Christian will take over. First down. They've got a deficit right now, 6-0. The ball's going to be on their own 28-yard line. Plenty of time left here in this second quarter to mount a drive the way they've been driving it, moving the ball on the ground. It's, again, 6 minutes with 2 timeouts. You got this loads of time. As we get a motion man over to the right side, the H-back moves, and then we've got a little option play and a good fake by Martin, and he's got the sideline, and he's got a block on the edge. Martin, great run from the 28 all the way down to the 38-yard line of the Mustangs. That's a big play. Good answer by Des Moines Christian out of that same formation we had talked about earlier where they didn't have anybody to cover the pitch. This time, they didn't have anybody to cover the quarterback. And that was a really good play there by Martin, kind of little jab fake to the halfback, and he was off to the races there. Good job by the Mustangs just to track him down. So 1st and 10 after the big run by the quarterback, and Shanks got the ball. He's trying to get to the edge, and he will get to the edge, but a good job by Harold to tackle him after a gain of about 7 and maybe 8 yards there. It could have been a lot more, but good hustle by Harold to keep it to just a 7-yard gain because Shank had some yards there. So Des Moines Christian maybe not going off script necessarily, but they're definitely not throwing the ball all over the yard like kind of the anticipation was. They're not even really being balanced right now. There's a high snap, and it's off of Martin's hands. Martin just has to scoop it up. So that's going to be a loss of 13 yards on the play. Loss of 13 yards, so it sets up a 3rd down and 16. That's a big mistake there. Again, it's just maybe the ball's still a little bit wet there. The snap wasn't a terrible snap, but it was a high snap, and Martin maybe just took his eyes off of it for just a minute. And it's going to be 3rd down and 16. And a nice play, good pass in there, good sharp throw by Martin on the slant route. That's going to be a pickup of, about 14 yards. It's going to set up a 4th down and 2.
For the Lions, it's 4th down.
So 4th down, 2 yards to go after that 14-yard pass play from Martin. And the way they've been running the ball, you could see some quarterback power here. Motion in the back could be some option to this left side over here. But they'll just hand it right up the middle to Shank, and I don't think he got it. I think the Mustangs held based upon where they're spotting the ball. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Mustang defense is all sorts of fired up. First down and 10 Mustangs with 3:45 to go until halftime. Great stand in there by the middle of that defense. You know, if you're Des Moines Christian, what's been working for you has been that option game or that quarterback lead, and you hand it straight off up the middle to the halfback in the pistol set when you need 2 yards. You may want to rethink that one at the halftime break. So, tight bunch formation to this near side here. Mount takes a snap. He's got time. He throws it to Harold out into the flat. Harold's going to pick up, probably no gain, maybe even lost a yard on the play.
On the coverage, Martin.
Yeah, we're gonna have him as a loss of a yard, so it's gonna set up a second down and 11 here for the Mustangs. Got trips receivers now to the far side. Harold, the only receiver over here. They've got him doubled. They've got two on him. And Mount's going to go to the left. He's got some room to run maybe, and he scrambles away and does a good job of picking up about half of it. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. And again, at the beginning of the year, you never saw that. You never, ever saw that. He was always looking to throw it, and which is not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but sometimes you got to just tuck it and go, and that's what he did there. He picked up 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down and manageable now with 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. Mount takes a snap. He's got time. He jumps and throws, and that ball is intercepted at the 41-yard line. Jumped up in the air and threw the ball to Gardner deep, and that one Mount's going to want to have back. Big play with 2:11 to go until halftime. Des Moines Christian with a big opportunity right now to get themselves, they're already in the game, but get themselves the lead going into the locker room. As we remember, they deferred at the start of the game, so they'll get the ball back at the start of the third quarter. So at the 35-yard line of Shenandoah, Des Moines Christian, who's maybe figured out how to move the ball a little bit against this Mustang defense, and they've been stingy tonight. We'll see what they've got here for their next drive. Trips receivers to this left side, single receiver to the far side. Martin takes a snap. He's got a guy open in the flat. He's not going to take him. He scrambles back and makes a nice throw. Good job in there. It looked like that was Tice, who sat down in the hole there in the zone. And a good job by Martin just to scramble and buy himself some time. Kept his eyes downfield, squared his shoulders up, made a good hard throw. Sets up a 1st and 10 on a really nice scramble play. 1st and 10 at about the 13-yard line. So we're not quite 1st and goal, but they're knocking on the door, are the Lions, of tying this game up. Pistol formation for Martin. Takes a snap. It's an option look, and again, there's no guy to take the pitch out there, and that's a touchdown. Easy play. That's something in the locker room you really got to think you're going to want to get that fixed, because that's about the third time they've run that, and it's Blake Harold out there versus 2 guys, and Blake Harold's a really good player, but he can't stop 2 guys out there. He can't stop the quarterback and the pitch man, and that time he chose the quarterback, which is probably his responsibility, and there was just nobody there for the pitch man. So with 1:31 to go until halftime, Des Moines Christian going for 2 here. Kind of a swing in the gate type of situation, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle to Shank, and he got stoned right in the middle of that line, and we're all tied up. That's a huge play by this Mustang defense. They gave up the score, but they did not give up the lead. Stout in the middle, led by Clayton Holben and company. the senior on senior night. So with 1:31 to go and 2 timeouts, you have an offense that loves to throw the ball all over the yard. This is right in their wheelhouse of trying to make some plays and put some points on the board. Just got to take care of the ball. Des Moines Christians had 4 opportunities for interceptions in this first half, but they've only been successful on one of them, and that turned into 6 points on the turnover. So just, again, it's kind of a touchdown or a check down in your 2-minute drill. That's what coaches say. It's touchdown or check down. And if you don't have that touchdown, you just check it down and move the chains. The clock stops in high school with a first down. They've got 2 timeouts. You can always get out of bounds. Plenty of time left. And it's going to be Maximus Miller set to kick off, the junior, for Des Moines Christian as they get on the board for the first time tonight. As I mentioned, with 1:31 to go until halftime. And the Mustangs with 2 returners back deep. They're expecting a short kick, and I would imagine that they're probably correct. Well, and they were wrong, but they still got Dukes back there, and Dukes catches the ball at about the 25-yard line. He's making some guys miss, and he gets up to about the 35. So a really nice return there by Hunter Dukes. I just saw his dad before the game, and I told him it's fun to watch your kid play. He's a quick kid. He's a really good athlete, and that wasn't a lie. I meant every word of that. So he is a fun kid to watch play. So first down and 10, 1:25 to go until halftime. 2 timeouts, remember, for the Mustangs. Des Moines Christian also with 2 timeouts. So we've got a different formation of tonight. They've run this season, but not tonight, so we'll see what they're doing here. Hand it off to Cotton. Cotton, a little stutter step, gets around the outside, gets to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. That's the best run of the night for the Mustangs, and it wasn't necessarily a broken play, but the offensive lineman coming out to pull, he didn't get out there in time, and Cotton had to do his best to kind of get around him. It's going to be a second down and about 3 on the play, a long 3. And now we're under a minute to go until halftime. Clock is winding down. We've got about 12 seconds here, 10 seconds. And he'll snap the ball, hand it off to Cotton again. Cotton bouncing off a couple tacklers, gets to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. It's going to set up a 3rd down and a yard. About 30 seconds to go here until halftime. They do not have to snap it with the play clock at 20 seconds, and now just the game clock's 2 seconds ahead of it. So they don't necessarily have to clock it or don't have to snap it, but they may end up calling a timeout. Nope, it doesn't look like it. Coach Ratliff pats the quarterback on the back, and they're going to head to the locker room content with a 6-6 tie. So we've played 24 minutes in Shenandoah, and nothing has been decided yet. We are all square at 6 apiece in a game that I thought was going to come down to the wire, and if the first half is any indication, that's exactly what we're going to have. We're going to step aside with a word from our local sponsors, and then we'll have a 20-minute halftime tonight. We'll be back in about 15 minutes or so. Kind of give you a recap of the first half on the KMA Sports YouTube and Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream. We'll be right back after these messages.
Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
Building your vision is what they help do at Miller Building Supply, Shenandoah. Once you've picked your project, comes the supply list. Miller Building Supply is a full-line lumberyard with electrical, plumbing, and hardware departments and all the tools needed to get the job done. Windows, doors, countertops, tub and shower units, kitchen and bath cabinets, and a fresh coat of paint. Yup, they have all that too. And if you have a question, they work hard to get you an answer. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. Don't just dream it. Build it. Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth, Mustang fans. Just kind of giving you a quick rundown here of the ticker. If you've been watching the bottom line as the game's gone on, at halftime, Clarinda is beating Red Oak 30-0. Harlan is beating Creston 21-0 at halftime. St. Albert is tied with AHSTW at halftime, 7-7. Lewis Central is all over Dallas Center Grimes, 35-3. Fremont Mills and Lennox in a really good ball game for the district championship down there, and Fremont Mills has a 2-point lead over Lennox, 14-12, just getting started in the third quarter. Sydney is down by 10 to MMCRU. That's Marcus Meridian Cleghorn Remsen Union. And Thomas Jefferson is down by 35 right about halftime to Glenwood. And Underwood up 21-7 at halftime against Carroll Kemper. Trainer up by 35 to MVA OCOU. And Denison is having some trouble with Fort Dodge, 43-8. Atlantic up 20-0 over Sadell. And Stanton Essex is up 30-6 at halftime against East Mills. That's your halftime rundown. You can see that ticker, like I said, down at the bottom. You'll see it all night. And I think it's working well tonight. We've had some glitches in the past, but that's more operator error than anything. Some halftime stats for the Mustangs offensively. Nolan Mount, I've got him for 11 for 24 throwing the football for 151 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Blake Harold has 6 catches for 101 yards by my count and a touchdown. Hunter Dukes has 3 catches for 22 yards. Morgan Cotton has a catch for 17 yards, and Brody Cullen has a catch as well for 11 yards. On the ground, Morgan Cotton, the leading rusher for the Mustangs, 6 carries for 8 yards, and Mount is number 2 with 2 carries for 7 yards. So when we start the half, we've got about 2 minutes to go until the third quarter resumes. It will be the Mustangs on defense, and the Des Moines Christian Lions will have the ball first on offense. So we're going to step aside here for about a minute, and we'll be back for the start of the third quarter on the KMA and Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream.
Inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah.
Way I pay to spray. What did you say? Pay to spray. Custom application? Oh, input costs can get pretty high. I want to buy my own sprayer with automatic boom shutoff and really big booms. Gotta love some big booms. The ag economy's down, but I'm bullish and my numbers are good. So what do you think? Let's make it happen.
The ride to your dreams is easier with the right partner. Bank Iowa. Let's make it happen.
Welcome back in, Mustang fans, 6-6. We're just about ready to start the third quarter. The Mustangs still over here on the sideline, getting a little last-minute instruction from Coach Ratliff and company. Actually looks like assistant coach Logan Roberts in there talking to the kickoff unit as the Mustangs make their way out onto the field. 6-6 ball game here. So, like I said before we went to halftime break, we played 24 minutes and nothing has been decided. They're still all even. 6-6 here. And Seth Zwickels getting set. He's got the ball teed up. He's standing at his own 29-yard line. The whistle's blown, and the third quarter is underway. It's a little squib kick. Picked up at the 34-yard line, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Lions. That ball was picked up by Jacob Rosno there, about a 4-yard return. So really not a lot of bad things happened there. You give up the short kick, but you don't give up a lot on the return. So the Lions will take over 1st down and 10 to start the third quarter, maybe in a game that they didn't expect to be this close. And for the Mustangs, I feel like they thought that it was going to be a tight one, and as did I. I thought it was going to be a tight game, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And a handoff up the middle to Shank, and a good job by the middle of that defensive line. Maybe picked up a yard there, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. And that is a formation that the Lions had success with in the first half, but the success they had was in the option game. They've only run that option play about 3 times, and all 3 times they've picked up about anywhere from 8 yards to 20 yards. Martin going deep off to the side, and Scammon saving a touchdown as Fadden makes the catch and goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. If Scammon's not there to make that take, it's good coverage, but Scammon's not 6'3" and 185 pounds. That's Owen Fadden. Fadden is 6'3", and Scammon's maybe 5'11", 6 foot. So there's a big height advantage there for Fadden. There's a sprint out. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, but he's got a guy in the flat, and that's a catch and a gain of about 8-9 yards, and that's just kind of an extension of the run game there. It's a triple, or it's an option play, but they just didn't have a pitch back. And once the defense declares they're coming after the quarterback throws it off to the guy in the flat. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards. A really good play design, good play, good throw by Martin, and a gain of 8 yards. So really good, impressive drive. Wide split over here on this near side. And they're going to run the ball to Shank, and Cotton meets him right at the line of scrimmage, and that's no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Running it up the middle has been tough at times for the Lions, and that play proved no different there. So we're just about 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. And it's a big 3rd down here for the Lions as they try to take their first lead of the ball game here on the opening drive of the third quarter. And there's your option, a quick pitch, and Shank was going to get the 1st down as he picks up about 4 yards. Better job on the coverage down there. Good job, much better job of assignment football on the option, but still, that option's a tough play to defend. And they ran it into the wide side of the field, and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards, and it's 1st and goal. Lions have the ball on the Mustangs 7-yard line. 4 receivers with just 3 defensive players over there. And they're going to the short side of the field to Fadden one-on-one. I'm guessing if they watch that on film, they're going to want to go back and have a redo on that play. They had 4 receivers to the far side of the field with 3 Mustang defenders over there. Anytime you play that numbers game, you got to be able to match up man for man, or it's just easy pitch and catch. And they went to the height advantage of Fadden over here on the short side, and it did not work that time. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. Now twin receivers to the near side. H-back over on the far side, and they're running the option, and he's got a lane, does Martin, but he's stuffed at about the 5-yard line. So he had a lane, but that lane closed quickly. Good job by the Mustang defense, that time taking away the pitch man. So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 5. And again, this Mustang defense has done well so far tonight, playing red zone defense. They've been very stingy down here. Trip receivers to the near side this time. Fadden off to the far side. And this time, he's got the slant open, and again, he's high on the slant is Martin, and that's going to set up a 4th down. You go back to that play with quad receivers to the far side and no gain. That's the 2nd time that Des Moines Christian's been inside the red zone, that instead of kind of chunking it down there, they're taking shots into the end zone right away and coming away with nothing. Those 0 or negative yardage plays inside the 10-yard line in a goal-to-go situation puts a lot of pressure on your team, and And we're going to have another kicking situation, and it's going to be Miller again. If we remember the last time, didn't even get it over the offensive line, so he's hoping for better results this time. And this time it's blocked in there. Blake Harold blocks the kick, and we still have a tie ball game in Shenandoah with 8:53 to go. This is like we're watching the game on rewind. It's exactly the same thing that happened for Des Moines Christian in the second quarter. They had a great drive all the way down the field. They stall out, and they miss a kick. And this time, it's Blake Harold laying out. And if he didn't block it, there was a couple other Mustangs there that were probably going to get it. So you are now 1st and 10, 93 yards away from scoring a touchdown. But the Mustangs averting their first deficit of the night. A big defensive stop in there by the Mustangs. And they are going to respot the ball. Yeah, the ball is spotted at where the kick is placed, not the original line of scrimmage, and the kick was placed at the 13-yard line. So it's going to be at the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 91 yards away. And there's a handoff up the middle to Cotton, and Cotton's going to lose about a yard there. Looked like Mount got stepped on in the backfield. Mount got stepped on there in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about a yard. It was took a little too long to develop there. Those ISOs, you got to hit them quick. And that time, good penetration by the Lions as they were able to get in the backfield and stop the Mustangs for a 1-yard loss. So 2nd down and 11. Trip receivers to the near side. Cotton right beside Mount on his left side. Snaps back to Mount. He's got some room to scamper if he wants it. He takes a little bit of a hit, and he'll go down at about maybe the 13-yard line. So not a terrible play, not a terrible scramble. He's going to pick up, like I said, about 4 yards, maybe 5. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 6. And it's a manageable situation for the Mustangs. Got Gardner and Cullen on the near side here, and look, you got Dukes and Harold on the far side. Mount takes a snap. He's got time to throw, and he gets it to Harold. Looked like Martin was going for the interception, and he whiffed, and he's right at the sticks. They're marking him down right at the 18-yard line. Depends on the spot. It's either a 5-yard gain or a 6-yard gain. And they're giving him the first down. So good job by Harold again, kind of run after catch there, and he's very good at that, the run after catch. But Martin was right there ready for the pick, but Harold just cut right in front of him and picked up the first down, and a big first down as the Mustangs move out of the shadow of their own end zone. And Mount rolling to his right. He's got Harold again and back across the middle to fight for the ball, and he comes up with the catch. He's going to pick up, he's out to about the 24-yard line with forward progress. So they're going to give him about 6 yards again on the play, so it's going to be a 2nd down and about 4 for the Mustangs. Hand off to Cotton. Cotton cuts inside of his block, and he's going to pick up, it looks like, the first down based upon the far side judge there. He's right at the sticks. Evidently not. So it's a gain of 3 yards on the play, not 4. So it's 3rd and 0. Nope. Man, they're really slow on that tonight, but we'll take it. 1st and 10. So Cotton picks up 4. And that's another first down. Just chipping away 10 yards at a time. There is a whistle on the field. I don't know what the issue is there, but evidently wasn't a big deal, and we're 5:50 and counting to go in this third quarter. The Mustangs started the drive at their own 9-yard line. Now they're at their own 28-yard line, so 19 yards on these last 4 or 5 plays. It's been a solid drive so far. Just keep it going. And then there's your handoff to, oh goodness, handoff to Cotton, and then a reverse to Gardner, and Gardner loses the ball on the exchange, but it pops right back to him, and a fortunate bounce and a loss of about 2 yards there for Gardner. And he had a lane there. But again, when you fumble the ball, the first priority is get on the ball. So wasn't able to get anything there, and it's going to be quads to the far side. Single receiver is Gardner here on the near side. Mounts got some pressure in his face, and he looked like he fumbled the ball. His arm may have been going forward on that, and we'll see what they call. It looked like his arm may have been going forward. If we had the benefit of instant replay, or but they're not giving it to him. They're giving him a fumble on the play, and it's a clear recovery by the Lions, and that's a turnover. So best starting field position of the night for the Lions as they take over inside the Mustang 30-yard line. And the last time that Mustang turned it over, Lions went right down the field and scored. Martin's got some pressure in his face, and this time he goes down. Blake Harold comes up with the sack, but good pressure in there from the entire front. That's a loss of 5 yards. They went for the home run shot, change of possession, that sudden change defense. You go for that home run shot, and it was good coverage by the Mustangs, and Harold was able to be the beneficiary there, pick up the sack with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 15 now at the 34-yard line for the Lions. Fake on the jet sweep, and Shank falls down for a loss of about a yard. So, you have kind of those big plays, big mistakes, right, Tristan? Big plays, big mistakes, right? He's nodding at me. So you have those, the fumble, the turnover, then you get the sack, and you fall down in the backfield. Both sides not playing clean these last 4 or 5 plays, but it's been a very well-played game. 5 receivers in the formation, 4 to this side with just 3 Mustangs over here to defend. You're flooding the zone, and you're taking a deep shot, and there's nobody there. Really good coverage that time by Scammon. That's really tough. Really tough on a defense when you flood the zone with 4 receivers. But there were guys open underneath, but you're not taking the underneath shot. You're going deep, and that's tough. That's a really tough ask for your receiver to win that. And it's 4th down and 16. This would be a huge play either way. If the Mustangs get the stop, it's a huge play for the defense to get the ball back. And if you can pick up a 4th and 16 on the road, that's a big play. And Martin, he's got time, but there's a flag on the play, and it is incomplete. The flag is in the area of a holding call. I'm assuming that's what it will be, but we will wait and see what the call is from the head referee, and that is exactly what it is. That will be declined, and the Mustangs will turn over the Lions on downs with 3:14 to go in the third quarter. We got a good one here in Shenandoah tonight, folks. Three plays that the defense just won right there. They get the sack on first down. They win on second down as Shank falls down. Then you throw it over the top. Good coverage by Scam, and then the 4th down play with the hold and the incomplete pass. Just a really good job by the defense of the Mustangs making a stand. So 1st and 10 at about the 35.5-yard line. You got that trips formation, that tight trips formation. Mount takes a snap. He's got time, but he just kind of throws it away. Looked like it was in the area of a receiver. It was past the line of scrimmage for sure. But right now, it looks like Des Moines Christian is turning up the heat. They are putting pressure on Mount. They know we're going to throw the ball, at least more than likely. So they are definitely turning up the heat. 2nd down and 10, 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Mount's in the pistol. Looks like he's running the option, and it's a shovel. That's a pass to Blake Harold, and he goes down at the 40. So it's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards, and that is a pass. So Harold gets yet another catch. That's his 8th catch his 9th catch of the night. Third down, 4 yards to go, right at the 40-yard line. Again, touchdown, check down type, or first down, check down, right? I mean, that's kind of the mindset of a quarterback. First down, check down, or tuck it and run. We got a screen set up, and it's there. Cotton breaks a tackle. He had the first down, and he went back, and then he got tackled to the first down. If he gets this first down, he can thank Des Moines Christian for tackling him forward. I think he's going to get it based upon where the guy's standing over there. But they may measure this, and they will measure this. So it's going to be a 4th down and inches, or a first down and 10. It was just Cotton had that first down easy, and then he bounced it back, trying to get some few extra yards, and he was fortunate to get tackled forward there on that play. We'll see if they get the first down here on the spot. Tristan Akers right on the spot with the video. And it's a tight one. Let's see what they call. He's just short, just inches short. So it's going to be a 5-yard official gain. And it's 4th and inches. Last time it was a 4th and short. We had a quarterback sneak. We'll see if we do the same thing here. I don't have an inches mark for my scoreboard, so it's not 4th and 1. It's 4th and 0 right now. Mount takes the snap, and based on the spot, that's a really good spot and really good second effort by Mount, and that's going to be a first down. That was a little bit tighter than the last time, but it'll count. That's a first down as the Mustangs continue just to methodically, with their passing game, move the ball down the field. So now we're at the 47-yard line, moving the ball. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation for Mount. Gives the handoff to Cotton. Cotton gets north and south this time, and that's more what we're wanting to see from Morgan Cotton. Not dancing around so much. Find that hole, stick your foot in the ground, and pick up 6-7 yards. That's going to open up this passing game a little bit as he picks up 7 yards, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 7. Or excuse me, 2nd down and 3 for the Mustangs. So again, that same formation, they just flip sides. I'm again not opposed to continue to run the ball if you've got it. And Cotton's got the ball again. There's a flag on the play. It would have been a gain of about 2 yards, but I think we're going to end up coming back with, again, in the area of a hold, and that's what the call is. So it's going to be 2nd down and 13. So with an offense that has passed the ball 27 times to this point in the game, getting in 2nd and 13 is not the worst thing in the world, but you got to chunk some of this down and not being a 3rd and 13. Get a 6, 7, 8 yard gain, get it all. To be greedy, but at least you want to get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. get half of it back as it's second down and looks like a long 13. Play action fake. Mount steps up into the pocket. He's got Dukes, and that was incomplete. That was incomplete. That was kind of bobbled, but that's tough. That official was right there on the spot. He said he missed it, so I suppose you got to take his word for it. But that was a really good effort by Dukes, and if he catches that, if that's a better ball, he's still running because that was a touchdown. There was nobody back there for the Lions. So now third down. I said 13 before, but it looks more like a 14 there. So 3rd and 14, and it's going to be trips to the near side. Mount's going to roll this way. He's got pressure. He's going to tuck it and run. And he takes a shot at the 49, and he fights his way to midfield. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 7. So about a 7-yard gain there for Mount. And again, that's not a terrible play. You don't give up the turnover. You're going to play the field position game. The quarter looks like it's about to end. There's 15 seconds left. They don't have to snap the ball. So you're going to end up starting the 4th quarter with a punt. And again, that's not the worst thing in the world. Your defense has played very well so far tonight. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Nothing changed from the first half to the end of the 3rd quarter. Great defense, and the Mustangs controlling the ball offensively. We'll step away after a word from our sponsors. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes on the KMA Sports Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream.
Very moment, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon is on his way to a newly remodeled surgical suite where he'll scrub up and dress into infection-free equipment and begin a surgery to give his patient a replacement knee. With the help of a knowledgeable staff and the latest technology, he'll give this man hope for a normal life again without walking in pain. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
Kane, the real boss at Gowing Plumbing, but don't tell my mom and dad. I'd like to talk to you about tankless water heaters with endless hot water. If low energy bills and higher home values
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing, and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
Welcome back in. It's 4th down. Looks like Harold's on the fake. It's a pass, and it's almost intercepted. You know, it's 4th down. You got you're tied. You're at the 50-yard line. You know, if you get it, you're a genius. If you don't get it, people ask questions. I'm not going to question the call. It just didn't work out, and it's a turnover. And the Des Moines Christian Lions have the ball 1st and 10 at midfield. So just getting started here in the 4th quarter. 11:54 to go in the ball game. Ball at midfield. Option. This time much better coverage. Much better coverage. Dickerson took the quarterback, and you had guys there for the pitch man. And it's just a gain of about a yard. It's taken 2 or 3 quarters for the Mustangs to be able to handle that, but they have made the adjustments, and that looked much, much better by the defense there on the option play. So 2nd down and 9, and both defenses playing well. The game's kind of been played inside the 20s, in between the 20s or in between the 10s, and that's the way the game's been. Jet sweep fake, and you got a guy wide open down the middle of the field, and it's just over his outstretched arms as the Mustang faithful breathe a sigh of relief here as it's still 3rd down and 9 from the 49-yard line. That was nearly a touchdown as it just goes off the hands of Tice, and it's 3rd and 9. So a passing formation. We haven't seen a screen out of Des Moines Christian yet tonight. This might be a good time for one. But they do like going deep to Fadden, and he's on that near side. And it's intercepted! Blake Harold catches it at the 45. He's to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Mustangs! What a play by Blake Harold. That is a 45-yard touchdown on the interception, a pick 6 for number 10, Blake Harold. And Shenandoah, you feel like you lose the momentum on that missed fake punt, and then you get it right back with your defense who's played lights out all night tonight. And Blake Harold comes up with yet another big play, and Zwickel on to try to make it a 7-point game. If you could hear Tristan in the background, he said the same thing he said earlier after the last touchdown. He said, big plays, big mistakes, and he's right. It sounds so simplistic, but that's exactly right. Big plays, big mistakes. It was a mistake by Martin to make that throw into the flat. Harold was baiting him into it, and he made the throw, and big play by the Mustangs' big play maker, and Blake Harold. It's a 7-point lead with 11:02 to go in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back after a short break from our local sponsors.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back in, Mustang fans. This has been a heck of a ball game so far and a wild turn of events as Blake Harold scampered 45 yards on a pick 6 there in a 3rd and 9 for Des Moines Christian. And now they have a 7-point lead with 11:02 to go in the 4th quarter. Zwickel kicks it away. Another squib kick. It's going to go to about the 20-yard line and finally picked up, but the ball's on the ground, and it's recovered by the Mustangs. What a crazy play. These last 15 seconds of football have been absolutely crazy. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable play. Great hustle down there by the Mustangs. And that ball's live once it goes past 10 yards. It never went out of bounds. And Shenandoah taking over inside the red zone at the 13-yard line of Des Moines Christian. What a gut punch this would be if Shenandoah could stick this in the end zone for a score. Mount takes a snap. They hand it off to Cotton. Cotton's going to pick up about a yard on the play. This is going to set up a 2nd down and about 9. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. They can still pick up a 1st down without having to score a touchdown here. And, you know, I've talked about it all year, but you could get in that situation, too, where if you're behind the sticks or you don't want to take a shot, you got a field goal kicker, you're close enough, maybe you take a shot, get up by 2 scores. But we don't want that, really. We want to score that touchdown, and Mount gets the snap. He's got the slant, and he's got the touchdown! Touchdown, Brody Cullen! From 12 yards out, the Mustangs have taken a 2-score lead with 10:13 to go in regulation. Zwickel on again. on to kick an extra point twice within a minute, and this time Zwickel doesn't get the kick off the ground, so the PAT is no good. So with 10:13 to go in regulation, the Mustangs have a 13-point lead. We will step aside. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Building your vision is what they help do at Miller Building Supply, Shenandoah. Once you've picked your project, comes the supply list. Miller Building Supply is a full-line lumberyard with electrical, plumbing, and hardware departments and all the tools needed to get the job done. Windows, doors, countertops, tub and shower units, kitchen and bath cabinets, and a fresh coat of paint. Yup, they have all that too. And if you have a question, they work hard to get you an answer. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. Don't just dream it. Build it.
Welcome back in, folks. A crazy last minute of regulation with 11:05 to go in the fourth quarter. We had a pick six from Blake Harold in 55-yarder. I shorted him 10 yards, and then the ensuing kickoff was recovered by the Mustangs. And this time, it's kind of bobbled again, but picked up and tackled at about the 27-yard line. So Des Moines Christian has the ball back after just two crazy plays in the positive for the Mustangs. Now they've got to ride that momentum, continue it on for the next 10 minutes of regulation, because this game is far from over. Des Moines Christian's had opportunities to make big plays against this Mustang defense, but the passes that they've thrown have been too tall or just overshot, and they've had running plays on that option play where they've been able to get the edge. We do have a flag early on the play, and it's going to be a false start. So the Lions starting out 5 yards further back. That may adjust their play calling here on their ensuing drive after giving up. I mean, the defense really didn't give up much any points there. You know, the two possessions, the one was a pick six. The defense has really only given up 2 scores all night. So it's just a big play, and then a big turnover on the back end. So wide split over here on this side. You make it a slant from this receiver over here, but they're going to hand it off to Shank. Shank trying to get some yards on that right side. He's going to pick up about 3. So it's going to set up a 2nd down and 12 for the Lions. We're under 10 minutes to go on senior night here in Shenandoah. And the Mustangs playing some inspired football. I mean, they know they're not playoff bound, but they know they can play the spoiler tonight. They know they can ruin Des Moines Christian's chances of making it to the playoffs, and they can build some momentum, can the Mustangs. Martin drops back to pass. He's taking another deep shot, and this time it's off the hands again. Fadden has had multiple opportunities. Martin and Fadden in that connection have had multiple opportunities to make plays down the field against this Mustang defense, but they just have not been able to connect. And they've had one connection here, and it was in the third quarter, a big play down this near sideline. But since then, and before then, really nothing there. Again, quad receivers over here, just 3 defenders, and again, that's not a recipe for success, but thankfully Blake Harold comes inside out there to make a play. If Blake Harold doesn't make that play, that's going to be a big play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5, and decision time here for Des Moines Christian. 4th and probably a long 4 or short 5. Go, boys! We're under 9 minutes to go here in regulation. Des Moines Christian is going for it. Again, quad receivers over to that side, and just 3 Mustangs to defend. And Harold again in the backfield. He says, not tonight. And that's a turnover on downs and a loss of 6 on the play. Just an absolutely huge fourth quarter for number 10 in maroon and white. Just a phenomenal effort by Harold and the entire Mustang defense tonight, holding this Des Moines Christian team with 8:40 to go. Still some ball game left here, but holding them to just 6 points, turning them away twice inside their own 10-yard line. So now it's time to be efficient. And Cotton gets the toss, and he's going to get up to the line of scrimmage, and that may be about it. But there is a flag on the play. And it looks like that's going to be a block in the back against the Mustangs that they'll take. So it's going to set up a first down, and depending upon the spot, about 20, because that's a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to set him up with a first down and 20. And again, this is a situation where you don't have to be the hero for this young team. This kind of patchwork offensive line, guys, don't have to be the hero. You've already got the lead. You want to make some plays, but you don't want to give Des Moines Christian the ball back. Harold gets the ball up the middle on a fullback dive. He's going to pick up about a yard. And again, the clock is your friend. That yard gain might not seem like much, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Keeps the clock moving as we're trickling the clock down to under 8 minutes. We're at 8:07 and counting, so we'll be under 8 minutes to go in regulation by the time we snap this ball. Second down and 19 for the Mustangs. Balance formation, Mount in the pistol set, takes the snap, and he's got the slant route open, and this time Colin had it. He had Dukes too. He had both of those slants open, and it's incomplete, falls to the ground, and there are worse things that could have happened than that incompletion there. The ball was tipped up in the air. It could have been intercepted, could have been a lot of stuff, but right now we'll take the incompletion. It's third down and 19 with 7:46 to go in the ball game. Have trips receivers to this side. Dukes, the lone receiver, on the far side. Cotton in the pistol. And we got a handoff on a counter to Cotton. Cotton sticks his foot in the ground and tries to get some yards. He's got the edge, and he gets up to about the 30-yard line. Made something out of nothing there. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. That'll set up a fourth down and about 13, 14 yards. And I would say this is probably a time when you want to punt this one away. Maybe not here on the 30-yard line. Maybe you go for it. But I would think you'd want to maybe try to make them go 98 yards or something. Play clock down to about 11 seconds here. There's 7:05 to go in regulation. Looks like we're going to take the play clock all the way down here and then call a timeout. And that's exactly what we do. So with 6:57 to go until the end of regulation, the Mustangs take the first timeout of the second half. So we will step aside with them. We'll be back after a word from our local sponsors.
Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs, no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
All right, we are back in here. It's 4th down and 14. Des Moines Christian defense is back out onto the field. The Mustangs are making their way back out onto the field. And 4th down and 14. A lot of real estate to get here, but they've had big plays before tonight and throughout the years, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they can get this here. So 6:57 to go. Mount ready to take the snap at about the 35-yard line. And he does take the snap, and they do attempt to throw it. Mount's got some pressure, and he gets it off to Dukes, and Dukes spins off a tackle, and he's down at the 9-yard line. Big play from the 31 to the 9-yard line. So that's a 22-yard gain on a 4th down and 14. Dukes, that's a really nice play. That's going to set up, again, a 1st and 10. You're inside the red zone. You're knocking on the door. They're calling it 1st and goal. So that's what we'll call it, too. So they're at the 10-yard line. And 6:20 to go until the end of the ball game. And Morgan Cotton, it's a really nice run there. Gets to about the 3-yard line, so that's going to be a 7-yard gain. And we're going to have 2nd and goal from the 3. So 6 minutes. We've just gone past that 6 minutes to go in the ball game mark. 5:50 and counting. Play clock is down to 13 seconds. They don't have to snap this until it gets under 5:40. Mount will hand it off to Cotton. Cotton bounces to the outside, and a really good tackle by Des Moines Christian there. And that was number 4, which is Caleb Mull, and a really nice play. He's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. So it sets up a 3rd down and goal, needing about 6 yards to pick up a score.
Come on, boys.
For the Mustangs, it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and goal. We are at 5 minutes to go in regulation. 3rd down and goal from the 5. And the ball's tipped and intercepted. Intercepted. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 Des Moines Christian. They're going to take it over at about the 6-yard line. You know, trying to force that slant in there. You had the flat route open on that side, but that's tough pass. Tough pass, and with 4:54 to go, you know Des Moines Christian now 90-plus yards away from scoring. They've got to pick up the pace, and they've got to put it in the air here. As you get motion to this near side, so now I got a trips formation. And they're going to motion back, and we have a flag on the play. So it's going to be a half a distance to the goal penalty. And so it'll be 1st down and 13 as it's a half a distance to the goal.
Go, boys. I think you would score right now. Safety him. Safety him.
Trips receivers to the near side again. Motioning over. And you got a jet sweep, and you got the edge sealed. And driven out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So that's going to be a nice little gain. It's going to pick up a 2nd down. It'll be a 2nd down and about 3. Gain of about 10 yards there. Well, that was Rosno there on the jet sweep, and he got out of bounds. So it's just 4:47 to go in the ball game. Quick pass out into the flat. Caught, and again fighting, and didn't get out of bounds, but picks up a nice gain up to the 35-yard line. Mole with the catch on the little swing pass. Little bubble screen there. Gets the 1st down, a gain of 22. And don't look now, but Des Moines Christian moving the ball. 4:30 to go in the ball game. And a little handoff up the middle. There's Shank. Shank's that wasn't Shank, that was Rosno. And he gets to the 42-yard line. The ball came out, and they're saying that he was down. So it's going to be a gain of about 7. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 3 as Rosno did a good job there of fighting for some extra yardage. But the clock's running. We're just about 4 minutes of regulation left. 4 receivers now to that far side. Now finally we have 4 defenders over there. And they're going to take a shot. No. Martin scrambling, and he's got some room and a 1st down. Good tackle in there by Owen Laughlin. And it's a 1st down out to the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 47. 3:52 and counting. And Des Moines Christian marching down the field here, but they're doing it slowly. Haven't given up the huge play yet. There's a fake jet sweep. Martin keeps it on the quarterback keeper, gets across midfield, and he gets down to about the 46-yard line. And there again, it was Laughlin on the stop. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 again. So they're getting about 7 yards a pop, but that makes that clock tick down, and we're at 3:20 and counting to go in regulation. Ball is at the 47-yard line. And you got a fake jet sweep, and there's nobody on the route right now for Martin. He's just got to throw it away, and he almost threw another pick 6 to Blake Harold. That looked like it was supposed to be a screen set up there because there was nobody out in the route for Des Moines Christian, and just miscommunication maybe as to who was supposed to actually be the person accepting that screen because there was nobody there. And actually the closest person to it, the best person to have a chance to make that catch was number 10 in maroon and white. So 3rd and 3 at the 46-47-yard line here. And another quarterback run. Martin gets across the 45. He's to the 43. It's going to depend on the spot if he's got the first down or not. It looks like by the far line, Judge, he's short. And they are going to, they're going to measure this. No, they're going to call a timeout. Excuse me. So we'll take one with them. That's the first timeout for Des Moines Christian here in this second half. So with 2:49 to go in the game, we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. 2:49 to go in the ball game, and it is 4th down and 1. Des Moines Christian just called their first timeout, so they've got 2 remaining, as do the Mustangs. Going to be in the pistol formation, 3 receivers to the far side. The Lions have been doing a good job this drive in the quarterback run game, and that's what they do here, and that's going to be enough for the first down. They run that option to the short side here, and it's enough for a first down. It's great for the Lions that they're moving the ball, but the Mustangs are making them take their time. They've wasted nearly 2 minutes on this drive, and they still have 41 yards to go to put it in the end zone. Empty backfield this time for Martin and the Lions. 4 receivers to the far side, just three defenders over there. I mean, that's where I'm going, and that's where he does go. He's got a man, but just behind him. They've had a lot of opportunities tonight, and if this game falls to the negative for the Lions, they're going to go back and watch this film and look at all the missed opportunities they had in the passing game, especially when they're outnumbering formationally, when they're outnumbering the Mustangs on that quad formation over there. But, you know, they're just not making the plays right now. With 2:29 to go, 2nd down and 10. And twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. And the option reversed, and he's got a lot of room, and he's got some blockers. But they forgot to block Gardner, and Gardner saved a bigger play as it was Mull catching it on the little option reverse. And that's a first down on a nice little wrinkle. They've been running that option a lot tonight, and they get that little wrinkle coming back. That's a first down. 2:23 to go, and Des Moines Christian marching. They haven't been able to do it through the air. It's been on the ground, and it's going to be trips receivers to the far side. And twins over here, so a 5 wide empty backfield. And pressure by Holman, but he goes down. Dickerson in the face of Martin, and the throw is caught. And there's a flag in the defensive secondary. Generally, that's in the area of a holding, of defensive holding, or in the area of a pass interference. But we may have some offensive pass interference or something like that. We'll just wait to see what the official says. It's nothing that I said. It was ineligible downfield. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And that happens sometimes. It happened a lot to the Mustangs early in the season with Mount scrambling a lot, taking his time back there. These linemen aren't used to that. They're not used to blocking for 5, 6, 7 seconds. They're used to 2 or 3 seconds and the ball's gone. And when you do that, sometimes those linemen wander, and that's what happened right there. So it's going to be 1st down and 15. There's an official timeout out there where the side judge is talking to the referee here. So again, 2:13 to go. It's going to be 1st and 15 unless something changes here, as the officials are now having a conference. So 1st down and 15. 2:13 to go in the ball game. Empty backfield, quad receivers to this near side, and Martin's got a man deep again, and this time it's caught for the touchdown. Carson Tice gets in on a jump ball here on this near side, and it's just kind of been a matter of time before that 4 wide receiver formation came back to bite Shenandoah, and they've been playing with house money all night, and this time it got them. But they're still down by 7 as Des Moines Christian. So Shenandoah still has the lead. They don't have to do anything special the last 2 minutes of this game. They just have to hang on. And another swinging gate formation. Last time Des Moines Christian ran it right up the middle. I suspect something different this time around. It is not. It's right up the middle, and he is in. He is in for the 2-point conversion. So now this gets interesting. 2:04 to go in regulation, and it's just a 5-point game. So a touchdown wins it for Des Moines Christian. Shenandoah's got to play keep away for the last 2 minutes and change. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be right back right after this.
Inch of your body puts pressure on one place, your feet. So give your feet everything they could ask for by walking in to Brown Shoe Fit Shenandoah. Shoes for every occasion, boots for any situation, and above all, the right fit for you. After all, Brown Shoe Fit has been fitting feet for over 100 years. The only downside, so many shoes to choose from and only 2 feet. Great service, great selection, a great fit every time at Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Shenandoah.
Welcome back into Mustang Field. 2:04 to go. We've got a classic brewing here in Shenandoah. Your Mustangs up by 5 and set to get the ball back from Maximus Miller, and it's an onside kick, and it bounces off of a Mustang, but it looks like Blake Harold came up with it, and that's what the officials say. Blake Harold, he's kind of been everywhere in this last probably 10, 11 minutes of the game, and he saves the possession for the Mustangs as they take over 1st and 10 at their own 47.5, 48-yard line. 2 timeouts for both teams. Now 2:03 to play. Mustangs have struggled all year running the football. And Des Moines Christian knows that. And they've struggled tonight running the football. So this isn't a gimme that Shenandoah is going to be able to milk the clock here. Low snap. Mount's just got to make something happen. And it's a loss of about 2 yards. And that's going to be a 2nd down and about 12. And Des Moines Christian will take their 2nd timeout with 1:55 to go in the ballgame. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be right back right after this.
I pay to spray. What did you say? Pay to spray. Custom application? Oh, input costs can get pretty high. I want to buy my own sprayer with automatic boom shutoff and really big booms. Gotta love some big booms. The ag economy's down, but I'm bullish and my numbers are good. So what do you think? Let's make it happen.
The ride to your dreams is easier with the right partner. Bank Iowa. Let's make it happen.
Welcome back into Mustang Field. 1:55 to go in the ball game. Your Shenandoah Mustangs up by 5. Des Moines Christian on defense with 1 timeout left. Shenandoah has 2 timeouts left. And we've got a tight formation here for Shenandoah. An I formation with Brody Cullen, the single receiver on the far side. And there's a snap and a pitch back to Cotton. Cotton fights forward, picks up about 2 yards, and another timeout for Des Moines Christian. So they now have no timeouts, and there's 1:48 to go. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. And for the last time in regulation, we're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
This very moment, a board-certified general surgeon will be leading her team in the removal of her patient's gallbladder. In this newly remodeled surgical suite, she'll use the latest technology and small laparoscopic incisions for a quicker recovery time. In a couple of weeks, the patient will have a pain-free and normal life again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
Welcome back in. It's been a fun one tonight. It kind of reminds me of the first and second games of the season where they've just been real tight all the way through. Both teams have had their, as Tristan reminds me often tonight, big plays and big mistakes. Both teams have had them. And we got another big play right here. 3rd and 10. Looks like a running formation for the Mustangs. We'll see what they do. And they're going to fake it. It's a bootleg to Mount. Mount just needs to get down now, and he did. So it's a loss of 2. Not the worst situation right now to be in if you're the Mustangs. It's 4th down and maybe 12. You know, you don't have to punt the ball until there's a minute to go. You can punt them. If it's a good punt them deep. They got to go the whole length of the field with no timeouts in less than a minute. So you know that Coach Ratliff's going to take a timeout here, run the play clock down, and that's just smart strategy. He's just standing there waiting, and that's exactly what I would do. Just wait, bleed that clock down, and take the timeout. And with exactly 1 minute to go in regulation, the second timeout has been called for Shenandoah. And again, this is a punting situation. We've seen 2 really different punts tonight. The Mustangs have gone back to punt 3 times tonight. The last time they tried to fake it on the 50-yard line, right about where they are right now, and it was unsuccessful. That led to the pick 6 that gave Shenandoah their first lead of the second half. And then the first 2 punts, Blake Harrell got a really nice punt off his first time. His second time, it was about an 11-yard punt. So not really knowing for sure what you're going to get out of this punt. Maybe puts a little pause, and then you got a good returner back there for the Lions. This is definitely nail-biting time if you're a Mustang fan watching at home, or if you're one of the many that have stuck it out here in a chilly fall night here at Mustang Field. And it is going to be Harold back, and you got to figure the Lions are going to come after it here. There's really nobody deep, and there's a flag on the play before the snap, and it's going to be a false start, so it's going to back up the Mustangs 5. So let's bring up a 4th and 17. It's not really going to change the play, but the Mustangs were able to kind of see how the Lions were lining up. Maybe they can maybe anticipate some stuff. They're going with a wider punt coverage now. Maybe forces too many of those Lions to not be in the box. But there's still nobody back. Harold gets it away. That's a good thing. So the punt is off. The punt's away. The punt's a decent punt. And it's going to roll down at about the 31-yard line. And that's when it is downed by the officials with 49 seconds to go. Des Moines Christian is 69 yards away from stealing one here in Shenandoah. The Mustangs have 69 yards worth of leeway. So this is just as exciting as you can get here. The crowd on their feet down here. The student section's loud. Trips receivers to the far side. Martin dropping back to pass. There's pressure in his face. He's got to scramble out to the right. And he throws it downfield, and it's batted down and incomplete. Morgan Cotton from his linebacker spot was about 15, 17 yards deep. I mean, he was way deeper than he normally is on his drop back for his coverage, and he was fortunate that he was there because there was a guy right behind him. That's bringing up 2nd down and 10 with 40 seconds to go in the ball game.
Come on, boy.
2nd down and 10.
2nd down.
Empty backfield, 4 receivers to that far side. Martin takes a snap. He's got pressure in his face, and he throws it away, but nobody's there. Nobody was there. There was no receiver in the area. He got outside the pocket, perhaps. The ball got past the line of scrimmage, so no penalty. 3rd and 10. Great pressure in there by the senior Holben, and it looked like Dickerson on the play. If you can get into the backfield, force Martin to move. It's about your best bet here. 34 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10, and Martin back to pass, and he's got time this time, but nobody home, as the intended receiver on that far side was Carson Tice, who had the touchdown reception just in the previous drive. So this is the ball game right now. 4th down and 10. If the Mustangs get a stop, ball game's over. It just takes a kneel down and the game's over. If the Lions can get the 1st down, the drive continues. There's 29 seconds to go in regulation. Empty backfield for Martin. Bringing pressure. Gardner got to the quarterback, but Tice makes the catch. It's a huge 1st down. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 47-yard line with 21 seconds to go. You got to clock the ball. You'd think the clock should be running, and it is. And they clock the ball with 16. The clock's still running. There should be about 16, 17 seconds left. We'll see what they reset the clock to. Looks like they're asking him to reset it to 16 seconds. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And it looks like, the officials are not ready to play. They're waiting for the game clock to get reset to 16 seconds, but nobody's resetting the game clock.
16 seconds.
And it looks like, well, we got a minute 60, so we'll get that changed. Sorry for the delay here, folks. Just waiting to get this game clock reset. So we do have the game clock reset. There's 16 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 10. Empty backfield, 4 receivers to the far side. And the out route is incomplete, intended for Rosno. And it's 3rd down and 10 with 13 seconds to go. Again, you got time if you're Des Moines Christian to get the 1st down and clock it. There's enough time to do that, and Shenandoah is playing off coverage. They're going to give them a 1st down. It would make sense to take it, but they've been throwing it deep all night long, so we'll see what happens here. 4 receivers to the near side. 4-man rush, the throw deep, and it is incomplete with 7 seconds to go. With 7 seconds to go, you'd have to imagine there's now not enough time to get this 1st down unless it's a really, really quick throw out, just out to the boundary and you can get out of bounds. But your 4th down, you're on the 47-yard line of Shenandoah. And this is the ball game. The last time I said it was the ball game, I meant it, and I mean it this time too. So 4th down and 10, 7 seconds to go. Twin receivers to each side. Martin throws the ball complete and incomplete. It was knocked out. The ball was knocked out of the receiver's hands by Hunter Dukes. So with 2 seconds to go in regulation, the Lions turn it over on downs, and just one kneel down will give the Mustangs their first district win of the season and give the Mustangs their second win overall on the year in a gutsy performance by your Shenandoah Mustangs. And the sweetest formation in all of football, the victory formation. And Nolan Mount takes a knee. And ladies and gentlemen, your Shenandoah Mustangs on senior night come away with an upset over the Des Moines Christian Lions, 19-14. Wonderful effort. Great job by the coaching staff, by the players, by the entire group. And that's going to be your ball game. We're going to step away here for just a couple of minutes, and we'll recap on what was just a fantastic effort by your Mustangs. We'll be back here in just a couple of minutes on the KMA Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream.
Kane, the real boss at Gowing Plumbing, but don't tell my mom and dad. I'd like to talk to you about tankless water heaters with endless hot water. If low energy bills and higher home values are important to you, you might consider a more efficient tankless water heater from Gowing Plumbing. Call 712-246-1803 and they can help you find the right system for you. Plus, Gowing Plumbing is the only one to call for issues with boiler heat. 24-hour on-call service from Gowing Plumbing. Tell them the boss sent you.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing, and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
Next Friday. Please stay tuned.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Your final again from Shenandoah. Your Shenandoah Mustangs take down Des Moines Christian, ending their playoff hopes 19-14 in just a fantastic football game. A lot of fun to call, a lot of fun to watch. Those kids earned it on the field tonight, that is for sure. And tip of the cap to the defensive coordinator, Coach Roberts, Brett Roberts. He did a fantastic job, called a great game, and that defense was on point tonight. 2 big stops inside their own 10-yard line. You know, you set them up and you knocked them down. 2 missed kicks. Those 2 missed kicks, if they go through, it's a different ball game. It's a 20-19 loss. And Blake Harold blocked a kick. They missed another one. And again, Des Moines Christian had multiple opportunities to make some plays that they just couldn't make, and the Mustangs made some plays on the night. Nolan Mount, 17 for 32 by my count, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception on the night. A really, really good night from Nolan Mount. Played a whale of a ball game. Might have been his best game of the year against a pretty stingy defense in Des Moines Christian. And 4 receiving yards. Blake Harold, by my count, had 9 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown. The big one, of course, being the 61-yarder in the first half. And then in the second half, Blake Harold had a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown, recovered an onside kick, made a fourth down stop, and blocked a kick. So Blake Harold was all over the field in the second half throughout the whole game. Hunter Dukes had 4 catches for 44 yards, had the critical pass breakup on the final play of the game for Des Moines Christian as he broke up that fourth down pass play. He had a whale of a ball game. Morgan Cotton, 2 catches for 22 yards. Brody Colin had 2 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown. What ended up being the definitive score, the final score, that touchdown that gave him the lead for keeps. Running the ball tonight, Morgan Cotton had 12 carries for 31 yards to lead the team, and Nolan Mount had 5 carries for 20 yards on the night as well. Folks, this was an absolute blast for me. I know it was an absolute blast for you guys watching and all the fans here. And stay tuned. We may have another broadcast. I know that's kind of a to-be-determined situation. And hopefully we get another one. If we do, we will be there to broadcast it. If not, this has been a lot of fun this season, and I appreciate you spending your Friday nights with me on the KMA Sports and Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube live stream. Folks, enjoy this one tonight. I know the kids will enjoy it, and hopefully we'll see you next week for the final ball game of the season. So long, everybody. Good night from Shenandoah. Your Mustangs 19, Des Moines Christian 14.